Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Flesh and Blood stream. Whew, gonna level with y'all. I'm out of breath. My light wouldn't turn on. Like my big light that I have in front of me would not turn on. And so I was like moderately panicking because that fuels most of the light you see on me. So yeah, I was kind of scrambling there, and I turned my light on at about the 30-second mark so that the room can warm up and stuff like that. And when the light wasn't working, I'm not gonna lie, I went into full panic mode because I was like, dang it, I'm gonna turn a big light on. Like my cool lighting's not gonna look good, like whatever. Oh, boys. Yeah, anyway, I'm out of breath. Guys, welcome back. I'm glad you guys are here and hanging out with us tonight. We're gonna be playing some Victor, but first, let's talk about the dev talk. Let's talk about the dev talk. I actually watched the dev talk today. I was listening to it while I was at work today, and the dev talk, I don't know, man. The dev talk kind of rejuvenated me, kind of brought me back to everything, kind of made everything feel pretty good. I don't know, listening to Brian and James talk was just awesome, and it's something I've really missed. I feel like the dev talks have been missed by a lot of the community. Not only me, but I all the comments on the video was I've missed the dev talks. The communication, the clarity is such a big piece for all of us, and it is. So I'm personally a really big fan of the fact that they have decided to start doing dev talks again, and I hope they're going to do them more regularly. I know that they are busy and they have 1,000 things going on, but man, I would love to see more and more of the dev talks. I don't know. I feel like it adds that light to the whole thing, that you get it, light. It just adds that clarity to it that I think is really fun. And it just makes people feel a lot better. So I don't know. Let's see. Sean, Rose, Ben, Trent, Himmel, Drew, Christian, Cyborg, Bozen, Sharp, Dave, Steve, Mekado, and NQ. What is up, guys? I'm glad y'all are here. I'm glad you're hanging out. I am very excited to be back. Admittedly, not streaming on the weekends has been a little fun. I really enjoy streaming and hanging out with you guys, but it's kind of been nice to just sit around and play Arc Raiders, all day and hang out with Carly and everything else. So yeah. Anyway, get you hyped about the game again? Truly, it does. Truly, it does. Wait, what did Drew say? What did Drew say? Do you just use your skin for the white? Drew, you. Oh, Drew, that's so hateful. Really good, but hateful. It's a good burn, though. It's a good burn, though. I reminded myself, what's the kryptonite to this blocky Guardian soup? Illusionist, I assume, Michael? Puts a lot of potential doubts to rest. They are still on the ball and haven't lost their touch. Yeah, it makes me feel good, for sure. Yes, my name is, in fact, Zach. For everybody who does not know, my name is not Agroblaze. Just in case. Oh, new? Michael, we've been playing new into Guardian block stuff? Board State Heroes, for sure. What's up, Annabelle? What happened to Warhorn to Victory? Did you realize it was bad before you even started? What are you talking about? That's what the thumbnail says. It says Warhorn of Victory on the thumbnail. I don't hate you. I love you. Drew, I love you too, buddy. I love you too, buddy. I played a skirmish on Florian and got to the finals, but got blown up by KO. Turn 1, Blood Rush. And turn 2, Blood Rush? Ooh. Oh, God. 80 damage across 5 turns? Ooh, Steve, that's crazy. There's no Zach, it's Agroblaze. NQ, you spelled my name wrong, dog. It's with a K. We are phonetically correct. Guess what? I can't spell bizarre, but I do know how to spell Zach. I mean, I guess technically the way that I spelled bizarre was not wrong, but it was wrong for Himmel. Anyway, throwback. Blitz is a format? I'm not going to lie. Blitz is indeed a format. Blitz is indeed a format, but there's some big changes for Blitz coming up, and I'm very excited about it. My name is He-Man Blazes 67. The new Blitz rules are awesome. I love the new Blitz rules. Petition to change your legal name to Agrablaze96? No, there's no shot. Could you imagine? I mean, it would be accurate if it was Agrablaze96 and then Mrs. Agrablaze96, because that's Carly's name in the Discord. Would be more accurate. I don't know. On a side note for everybody who follows the sports world, I'm pretty sure, unless Jake Elliott, Philly's kicker, I'm pretty sure it's Philly's kicker, drops 50 points tonight, I'm going to make it into the fantasy football playoffs. So it's pretty good. It's been a pretty good week. It's exclamation point bizarre, spelled the right way. Chain is so back. I love that they're... All right, let's talk about this. So if you did not watch the Dev Talk number 17 today, one, you should, because I'm a firm believer in supporting LSS and I like to get their videos views. And two, it's really cool to see them talk. If you have not seen it yet and you are on YouTube, the video is in the description on YouTube. You can check it out. Watch the stream, obviously, but you can check it out afterwards. Okay, Himmel, listen, I fixed it, you troll. Dude, Brandon Aubrey dropped 24 points the other night in our league, Sharp. It's crazy. You start putting numbers in your name, and that's where I'm out? Dude, there's already numbers in my name, dog. Missed out on my Flavo. I still don't know how to say it. Marvel, but got way closer than I expected. Dude, I got dumpstered at my skirmish. So we haven't got to talk about my skirmish. I went 1-3 at my skirmish. It was awful. I had a Dadadol put 8 items into play against me on turn 0. 8 items. 2 of them were Teklo Pounders. Would you like to guess that I lost that game? Because I did. All right. I have Snowball. I have like Ping Pong Balled or like whatever... ping pong balled? No. I pinballed. Pinballed is the term I'm looking for. You can't tell, we're very high energy. My thoughts are very sporadic today. It's either going to be a really fun stream for you or it's going to be a terrible stream for you guys. So I'm sorry. Anyway, Dev Talk. Let's talk Dev Talk. I have 6, count them, 6 big points we want to talk about off the Dev Talk. And I've already got my sticky note out. We're going to turn some of them into shorts because it'll be fun that way. But we are going to talk about 6 big points. No, 6, not 7. We're going to talk about 6 big points today from the Dev Talk. The first one, and possibly my favorite, to be honest. Blitz, and I'm looking up here at my phone because I wrote them all down as I was listening to it so I wouldn't forget anything. Blitz is a singleton format moving forward, and all heroes are legal. There's no longer an LL system. They have removed the LL system from Blitz. And Blitz is a singleton format. I can't tell if that's going to make Blitz even more fun or if it's going to make Blitz like crazy weird. I think we need to do some serious testing to make sure to find out what's good and what's not good. But bringing all the heroes back and making Blitz a singleton format opens up an entire door of possibilities of things for us to test and figure out. I'm super excited. I am personally super excited. We'll call that one like, what? I don't know. We'll call that one like 13 minutes, something like that. Wizards going to be fun in Blitz? Wizards will be interesting. Already have a gravy deck with all the allies. Are they going to make it like MTG Commander? Honestly, Kasu, I don't know. Kano has 3 Floodgates, 2 Tomes, 1 Kindle, and 1 Wildfire. Yeah, no, I mean, the format's going to be wildly interesting. My Zen deck is unchanged. Sam and I were already talking about that. Sam was talking about that with me and Taylor earlier today. Blitz is already broken. Like, there's already a clear best deck. Well, that was fast. I just learned that they were making the changes like a couple of hours ago, and there's already a best deck. Interesting. I don't know how you all arrive at these conclusions so fast. Actually, I take that back. I do know how. It's because you all are better at the game than me, and you guys have a lot of thought process, and like, you guys are constantly thinking about these things. And I'm just like, hey, you want to clash? So, I don't know. Time to end the stream. NQ, that's so funny, dog. Oh, you can play Kraken's Ether Vein, can't you? They'll have to ban something, right? Like, you'll have to ban something. I don't know. Anyway. So that was the first thing I wanted to talk about. The second thing that I want to talk about is they talked about how LL and Blitz are moving to these like legacy formats. So they have been removed from like the OP side of the website, like the organized play side of the website, because we're no longer playing Blitz at like tier 3s and tier 4s. We're no longer playing LL at tier 3s and tier 4s in 2026 specifically. And they are looking to have Blitz and LL as like side events at like, like the bigger events. So, you go to a calling or you go to nationals, and they're hoping to have side events, which is really interesting. I don't know. It's very interesting. They said in the video, I think Brian specifically referenced, or I think James said something about like Eternal Weekend. So for anybody who does not know, Magic has a weekend once a year, and it's like this massive, like gigantic card thing that they do every year. And it's called Eternal Weekend. And they play like what's called Legacy and Vintage and like all of these like old school, like, like boomer formats in Magic that are very expensive. And so they play these like once a year, basically, and they have like a big tournament for them. And they are saying that they're like, it sounded like they're going to try and have a once a year, like big celebrational tournament, I think is what James called them, where he wants us to play Blitz and LL once a year and just do the dummy broken shit, which I don't know. Like, I'm kind of in for it. Once a year, if you hate LL, if you hate Blitz, you're not forced to play it at Pro Tours. But if you love it or you enjoy it or you want to go to the tournament, go and see and play in the event. I don't know. It sounds kind of cool. I'm interested. And LL is only happening occasionally. Two very different statements. Blitz isn't even going to be at side events. Did we watch the same podcast? I mean, that's like verbatim. I think I'm almost like quoting. What they said is that they're going to have like a big thing where like they do like a big LL tournament, a big Blitz tournament, like once a year is like how I interpreted that. That was how I interpreted it. I don't know. Maybe I heard it wrong, Darkodius, but that was when I was listening to it. That was what my brain heard when I was listening to it. Is that like, I mean, maybe they just meant LL. I don't know. I kind of felt like they were bouncing around a little bit. But like I thought maybe they just meant LL, but I kind of thought they meant both, to be honest. So I don't know. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I apologize for the misinformation. This is why I have linked the video in the description, so that if I am wrong, you are able to go back and watch it and see it for yourself. Only one competitive event per year per Blitz, but LGSs can run Blitz whenever they want. Okay, so there's no side events, I guess. Okay, so maybe there's not side events, but there will be like LL side events. Now, they did reference, Brian specifically referenced during the interview that LL was going to be in, like, they referenced like LL at side of like as a side event, and like how they do commoner and how they like hold its place, I think was they were talking about LL at this time. And so I think that's kind of interesting. Like, I don't know if that means there's going to be like gold full tournaments, or like if it's going to be like interesting that way, or if they just mean in the sense of like, hey, like it's going to be more than just like a normal tickets events. So I don't know. Either way, it's really cool. The third thing that I want to talk about, this is one of the bigger ones that I wanted to spend time talking about. And I wrote down, here's exactly what I wrote down. Sage hero bans are designed for rotation, not balance. And then I have in quotes, we will balance Sage. That specifically came from Brian. Like, that came out of his mouth. Is that Brian said the Sage hero bans that we as players vote on are going to be a rotational style like of things, so that we can get heroes out of the format and that we can kind of open up the format for other heroes to be good and like be playable. But he said specifically that the bans that we do, that we vote on, are not a balancing tool. That LSS, that he said they will balance, they being LSS, will balance the Silver Age format, which gave me a lot of hope, because I know there's been a lot of Silver Age haters in the whole thing. And so that gave me a lot of hope for what we have to look forward to. I mean, I don't know. Like, that one excited me the most. That excited me the most, to be honest. Like, that one, that rejuvenated a lot of like what I was like looking forward to. Reduced to Rune Chant needs to leave Sage. I think Reduced to Rune Chant's a little too good. I think Reduced to Rune Chant's a little too good. Just actively being a always 5 value card's kind of crazy, right? I agree. They'll revisit LL in the future if it's an important format for the game. Yeah, I think they want LL to work. Like, I think they want LL to work, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Let's say. Oh, okay. So, Steve, I'm going to talk about this here in just a second. I'm not going to read your message because I'm getting ready to talk about this. They're going to ban all my fatigue heroes. The players hate me. I mean, in Q, to be fair, most people don't like fatigue. Most people don't like fatigue. Have you played the Victor 4 block slop yet? No, I have not, Heartless, but I would like to. In Sage? That sounds like fun. If somebody wants to send me a deck list, we might try to put that on there. We might try to like make that a thing. Yo, let's go. Annabelle with 10 months of Prime support. Annabelle, thank you so much for the 10 months. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I think Sage is having a balance issue with Chain and Oldhim. Other than that, the format's fun. So I think what Annabelle just said kind of takes me into my next point. Kind of like takes me into my next point here for what I wanted to talk about. And I'm not quoting verbatim here because I don't have quotes around it, but like this is the gist of what they were saying, is how I interpreted it. Was that Sage was tested with Pin in mind, and it was not tested in the current meta. Now, this also gives me a ton of hope. Thinking about how Brian very confidently said that we were not going to release the format this early. And then the demand was so high that they wanted the format out there. Like people were like just wanting to play it and they were wanting events for it. So they put it out there and they're letting people play it. I don't know. I think that's really cool. Like the fact that like they had not planned on releasing it to us. And then they were like, you know what? You guys are so hype about it. Here you go. Now we're getting, because of that, we are getting some people who are saying, oh, like Sage isn't balanced, Sage this, Chain this, blah, 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 blah. I'm not saying those people are making invalid points, but I am saying Brian and James came out and were like, yo, take a breath. We're going to get there. We tested Silver Age with Compendium of Wraith and like all of the tools that are coming out in Compendium of Wraith. Like 3 or 4 weeks ago on the podcast, Taylor and I were talking about this, like Taylor, Sam, and I don't remember who our guest was this week. It might have just been the 3 of us. But we were talking about Compendium of Wraith and how Silver Age has to perform for the game. And, you know, we were talking about how that Silver Age is like a big push, a big thing to get new players into the game. It is like also a big gamble, which Brian and James said today on the Dev Talk. But I am a firm believer that they are so invested and that they have taken the time to do this correctly, to make it right, that they are not going to mess us up. Like I am 110% convinced that like it's going to be phenomenal. I have very, very high hopes for it. I hope it's cool. It has me questioning. It has me questioning if I should go to London. I'm just going to say that. There's no plans. I have made 0 plans to go to London. But it has me questioning if there's a world where I go to London. Anyway, I'm going to leave you guys with that. No, Drew, we're not doing Pin Island again. I'm an idiot. I cannot believe I fell for that. Greg's sausage roll still up for offer. Dave trying to bribe. I love it. I love it. Know who ended up winning the belt this Saturday? Jack. Naib won the belt. Naib won the belt this past Saturday. Let's finish talking about the Dev Talk, and then I will talk about I'm having a stroke. One of these days I'm going to say that and actually have a stroke, and you guys will never believe me. I completely forgot what I was going to say right there. Oh, let's finish talking about the dev points here, and then we'll talk about the belt tournament that I went to this weekend. And I'm going to tell you guys my bad beat story if you weren't in the Discord to hear about it. It's pretty funny. Like, I was a little down about the whole thing on Saturday, but we'll laugh about it here in just a minute together. I see Drew is playing Arc Raiders, popped up at the bottom of my screen here. It's happening, guys. The stroke, he's talking about Blitz again. Jack, did you have some bad beats, dog? I'm sorry, man. I know that's frustrating. Okay, so we've hit 4 of the main big points that I wanted to talk about. The 5th one is also, I'm going to be honest, all 6 points are kind of like heavy hitting things for me. The 5th one hits home for me very, very much right now. Brian and James talked about Sage voting, and Brian and James talked about who can vote on heroes to ban in Sage and how we're going to do that. They mentioned that you have to have a Silver Age event played in your gym account. So there's not going to be any bot farming or people making fake accounts and then voting. And you get 1 vote per player. That brings a lot of ease to my heart, to be honest, because I was really worried that this was not going to be handled very well, or that maybe there was just going to be a lot of votes that we didn't really want in there. But the fact that they've thought about it and put a system into place makes me feel pretty comfortable about how we're going to be voting on what 3 heroes are not going to be in Silver Age for a season. That personally makes me feel pretty good. Hang on, let me write this down here before I forget. And then the last thing that I wanted to talk about here is they talked about how they're going to use the BNR, which kind of hints at what I think might be coming on Monday, not today, but next Monday, which will make for a very interesting stream. They talked about how they plan to use the BNR. So I do have in quotes here on what I wrote down that Brian said, we are not afraid to use the BNR. And Brian referred to using that even in a meta where the meta is very healthy, which Brian and James talked about during the dev talk today, that they do feel like the meta is very healthy, that they really like having this triangle format where you have a bunch of other decks fighting to get into the triangle, and it changes on a week-to-week basis, I think is almost verbatim what they said. But he referred to it as, we're going to use this as a way to create a new puzzle in the format. So if a meta gets stale, they said they're not afraid to use the BNR to make it less stale, so that you're giving the competitive players a new puzzle to start working on. What's the best deck in this format? If you get rid of something from Syndra, how far down does she fall? Is something else better? Or if they get rid of something from Gravy, do other decks that just become better, make it better? Does it make Victor better if Gravy becomes worse? Just things like that. So I don't know, a lot of the dev talk today and things they had to say really hit me here as far as how I love and I want to play this game. And honestly, the last 2 weeks, coming back from Worlds, taking a break, playing video games with Carly and just kind of relaxing has truly been rejuvenating for me. And then, a week before the BNR hits, because next Monday when the BNR hits, we are hitting the ground running. And when I say hitting the ground running, I mean running, because we have Battle Hard in Atlanta, January 9th through the 11th. January 16th through the 18th, we have Calling Columbus. Both events I will be at. Both things that we're going to be testing, and I'd like to have good showings at. I would like to start 2026 off the right way. Plus, we have RTN season coming up in the first month of January. And then we have ProQuest coming up in February and March. So we have a lot to hit the ground running. It's been nice to take a break, but to get back into the game, the dev talk all at one time, it's just a lot of what I want from LSS, and I'm super glad that that's where we're at right now. Yo, Megado, with the 10 stream streak. Thank you for watching 10 streams in a row, Megado. I really appreciate that. Does an armory or on demand count for the event to be able to vote? Honestly, Ember, I don't know. They didn't mention what kind of events it is. I'm assuming it'll need to be an armory. I don't think they're going to make us play in a rated event like a ProQuest or an RTN to be able to vote on it. So maybe they will, though. Who knows? Like Steve just said, I think they said competitive. So who knows? I guess it depends on when they're going to do the voting, right? I don't know. It's tough to know because I don't really know what they said for sure. Maybe somebody else has some other information there. I've been taking a break since World, ready to climb back in. Same. They might be doing a ProQuest requirement. That would be interesting. Catching up to the stream at 2x Dev Talk felt really good, and I'm excited about the discussion that happened. Same. Or maybe it was what the head of Organized Play said previously on Twitter. Yeah, so I don't know what they said during the thing, to be honest. I don't remember them specifically calling it out, but I'm hoping that, it counts as an armory, right? Because, and if you guys have watched Breakpoints that came out today, you guys might have heard, Taylor talk about this a little bit during the episode. But, he mentioned, top 8 of a ProQuest or something like that, or only people that can vote on it. And it's like, I don't really want that. I don't really want it to be like this, elitist style thing where it's like, the people who just go to armories. It's like, you guys should have a say in what the meta looks like. So I don't know. It's interesting. It's going to be an interesting debate back and forth. So anyway, the other thing that I want to talk about is this weekend I did go to. I have lost my mouse wherever it is. There it is. I went to an event this weekend. That was to win a belt. It was for a wrestling belt, and there was some gym packs and some extra prizes and stuff like that. There was 4 rounds, cut the top 4 because there was 12 of us. I was the only person at the event to go 3-1 and not make it to the top cut. I have never went to an event where you could go X-1 and not make the top cut. I was told while I was there by one of my buddies that apparently old school battle hardens used to be that way, that if you lost round 1, depending on how it all shook out, you could miss top 8 and be X1. I don't know. I've never been to an event like that. That was really interesting. I've never hit an event where I could lose round 1 and then go X, not lose a game the rest of the day and not make the top cut. That was super interesting to see and to be a part of. So I don't know. Yeah, I went 3-1 and did not make the top cut. It was interesting. By the way, I would like to clarify, none of this has anything to do with the store. The store, Old Black Mountain Games in Johnson City, put on a phenomenal show. It was they put on a phenomenal event, was super well ran. We had a great time. Big shout out to Alan for running the event, having us. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. Yeah. So I don't know. It was a great event, but it did feel a little bad to miss. I lost to an OG KO round 1. We played a super close game, and I lost to a Reckless Stampede towards the end of the game. And then round 2, I beat a Rhinar. I got down bad. I was behind pretty quick, but I was able to play patiently, look for good spots, and eke out the game with a Golden Sun at the end. Round 3, I played a Syndra. I went second, drew well, put Syndra into the dirt. It was honestly kind of a slam dunk matchup. And then round 4, I played against my boy Nate, who comes and hangs out on the stream every now and again. He was playing Florian, and I was able to win that game with my 5th copy of Visit the Goldman Estate. I did not get to cast my 6th or the 2nd Remembrance, but I was able to win off of a Macho Grande for 18. So that was pretty cool. That was the first time I got to try the Remembrance Goldman Estate plan into Florian, and it worked very, very effectively. It was really cool to see that work out, to see it work out, and to see how that played out was really neat. So I really enjoyed that matchup. You can get a bye when the rest of your matches and still not get top 8 if you have to go down your tiebreakers enough. Yeah, see, that's crazy. I don't know. It's super interesting though. At least you didn't get high rolled by Datadol. I got high rolled by Datadol at my skirmish. You missed that part, Josh. They put 8 items into play against me on turn 0 at my skirmish. It was crazy. There was also a round 1 bye that messed up pairings. Oh, I thought there was 12 of us. I guess there was 13 of us. That makes more sense now. You are feeling the Victor Remembrance high. I'm not going to lie. Victor Remembrance is like, it's kind of juice. It's kind of juice. I won't lie to you guys. The Arachne Armory deck does look really cool, Chi-Chi. I agree. It does look really cool. I'm very excited. Okay, let's talk about the Victor deck, and then we're going to be looking for Verdance games specifically tonight. I want to play into Verdance. I want to get those reps in. Like, I want to like play against the deck. I don't like. I have a plan that I want to try, and I have not been able to try it yet. So yeah, we're going to be trying that tonight. Had to pick up the cold full of consigns instead. Yo, let's go, Derek. Congrats, man. Congrats. The helmet. I don't remember what the helmet does. I know the chest pieces gain a resource. The arm pieces like mark them or something like that. The leg piece is like pseudo Snapdragon scalers, I think. I don't remember what the headpiece does. Help me decide what to play next. Doing Gravy right now is a break from Valda, but she's my absolute love. Should I go back to her or play Jarl? Oh, dude. It's really interesting because Jarl, like, I guess it depends on what kind of Jarl you're playing. But if you were going to be playing Fatigue Jarl, I would tell you to be careful because there is a lot, and I mean a lot of Mario running around right now. And that kind of makes Jarl into a weird spot. So I don't know. Now I feel blessed. I won my skirmish. Yo, congrats, Josh. That's awesome. It's a good point. I've got a Cold Foil Everbloom. None of that silly lightning stuff. Good for my Jarl and Flosser. That's funny. Oh, that's so funny. It's my birthday today, so I can order one as a birthday gift. Yo, Chi-Chi, happy birthday. That's awesome. I hope you're having a wonderful birthday. How old are you today? If you don't mind me asking, if you're not comfortable answering that question in the chat, that is perfectly okay. The legs are the best one? Yeah, it's like Go Again, right? Or something crazy. It's like Go Again, I think. Okay, so the main deck 46 cards have not changed. We're on the same blues. We're on the same reds. Like, we're on our same main deck 46. We're on our same main deck 46 cards. And then looking at the sideboard, I've made quite a few changes from the last time we played this deck last week. I'm still on 3 Boulder Drop, 3 E-Strike, 3 Trounce, 3 Test of Iron Grip, and we have changed pretty much. Oh, I'm still on 2 Clash of Bravado. Everything else is basically different, though, right? So we're on Imperial Warhorn. Imperial Warhorn is strictly just for the Verdance matchup. I have put this in here to try and get Verdance. I have put this in here just to like try and do this and remembrance it back in twice so that we can try to put them on the back foot and like keep them off of potions long enough for us to end the game. When you pair AB6, 2 Poison the Wells, and multiple Imperial Warhorns, it should be good enough for us to get there. That's the idea. I have yet to be able to try it. We're on 2 Pummels because there are matchups where I think Pummel is key and I want to be able to be aggressive. I am on 2 copies of Poison the Well. Poison the Well has made its way into my sideboard because it is good against Verdance. It's good against Florian. I did not play it against Florian in my matchup on Saturday. I actually ended up playing Pummel over Poison the Well into Florian. I'm not sure if that's correct or not. I would not have won the game with my Poison the Well, but I would have taken my opponent from 8 to 4 if I had had a Poison the Well. So it's something worth considering for sure. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think it's better to be on Poison the Well or Pummel against Florian? I'm open to this train of thought here. 1 Midas Touch to stop us from loop and to help us with Gravy Bones randomly and stuff like that. You're just now coming home? Good Lord, it's 20 to 8. Hope the Christmas party was fun, baby. I'm glad you're coming home. I hate Donkey Kong. Yo, what? I'm 21. I'm getting old. Yo, mods, somebody ban Chi-Chi. I'm kidding. Don't actually ban Chi-Chi. But you're not getting old. You're 21. You can just now drink. You can just legally drink now. Are you going to go out and celebrate on your birthday? And trust me, we're going to the beach next year to celebrate me turning 30 and my mom turning 50. You're not old, dog. I promise. I promise. Question, regarding your blue Crush cards, what's your opinion on Crush the Week and Crush Confidence instead of Chokeslam? If we cut blue Chokeslam and we played blue Crush Confidence or blue Crush the Week, those are 3 for 5s. I guess they still take one card out of hand and they give you an effective blue. They don't clash as well, which scares me because there are a lot of decks that have 5s. But if you were to put them in, you get some points into Syndra when it comes to offense. You get points into Mario or like Slippy randomly. So it could be a good change. That's a really interesting thing to think about. We're going to turn that into a YouTube short. That is a super interesting question. Hang on, I got to write this down. That's super interesting. What do we say? That is a super interesting question. That's so interesting. The rest of the world can drink at 18. Well, here in America, we cannot. At 21 in the US. I'm in love with the new card from the Armory deck, Knight's Embrace. Michael, is that the card that like copies something on the like the last thing? I have been spamming a bunch more Pleiades and playing kind of aggressive list. Have you tried Colossal Bearing in her? I have not tried that. We are American because you're in America. God, I love Talladega Nights. It's such a funny movie. I'm getting together with some flatmates to hang out. That's the plan so far. Well, I hope you have fun, Chi-Chi. Going to my first calling this weekend, I have well over 2,000 games with Riptide, but I just recently picked up Mario about 200 games in. Do you think it's better to bring a lower tier deck than a new one, but you are more familiar with? So, Joel, here's what I would say. There is always going to be you get this like edge, right? Where if you've played 2,000 games of any hero, you have this edge against whoever you sit down to play against. Because you know your deck like the back of your hand. You know every matchup inside and out, I'm sure. 200 games is plenty of games to be well-versed on a good meta-relevant deck. So if I was personally going to give you like something to play, I would tell you to play Mario because 200 games is a good amount of games to play on Mario, and you're still going to know your deck pretty well. So I would probably play Mario over Riptide just because I think it's a worse pick, personally. Oh, it's the one that gives +1 to all stealth attacks. That card's interesting, right? Because you're probably only going to go like, what, 3 wide in a turn? Like as Slippy, more than likely, with the new attack react. So the +1 on the first one is more of like to push through the on-hit effect, right? Like you're using that +1 to be able to push through the on-hit effect more than anything else. I don't know. It seems interesting though. Like it's not like Art of War, right? Like where you're just playing it to be like a 4 value buff across the turn. Although you probably can get like 3 value consistently. No, 0 for 3 blue that pushes it on hit effect's not bad at all. Mario it is. Thank you, sir. Yo, Joel, you're welcome. Joel, please let me know how you do. Like reach out to me on Discord. Let me know how it goes. I hope it goes well. I'm going to feel really bad if it does not go well. Because you did not play Riptide. I will feel pretty bad about that. It applies to the new dagger, right? It applies not to the Mark one, but it applies to the other one, graphing calculator, whatever it's called. I think it applies to graphing calculator, is what I'm thinking of. I tell you what, guys, I've got to use the bathroom before we actually start playing games. I normally use the bathroom before I go live, and I forgot. So we're going to take like a 2-minute break here. I'm going to use the bathroom, and when I come back, we are going to be playing some Victor, looking for verdicts, trying to get some of those reps in to see if we can beat the deck. Thanks for hanging out tonight, guys. I'll be right back. Kyle requested 5 subs of water. Fucking weeb. It was not water. That was not water.
Here, have some water.
I was lied to. The lies. Yo, only 4 cups? Listen at this man. That is 4 full cups, Cusco! This fucking guy, bro. This fucking guy. What? Rookie numbers? Bro, Cusco's out here. Look, this motherfucker's just sitting over there with a pot of sauce going, oh yeah, I'm stirring that shit up, baby. I'm stirring it up. Oh my God, we're going crazy tonight. This is as close as I'm ever going to get to going Super Saiyan right now. So I just need you all to know how, back-to-back Command and Conquer Pummel turns in back-to-back games. And you know what? Just like Leonardo DiCaprio. I'm never fucking leaving. That's right. This is the kind of content we're looking for right here. The fab tutorials that blow your mind. Blow your mind. The recipe is literally just vodka and Sprite and some Mio. You know, the water flavoring things? You know, like the little, Michael saying that I had to go open the floodgates is absolutely hilarious. Also, Josh saying he remembers all the clips is pretty funny, too. Josh been around forever. Real talk, though. I need to get a CC deck, but I don't own one. I think an Armory deck would be a good place to start, Chi-Chi. I feel like Poison the Well could also be Amulet of Echoes to target Acilio plus Verdant simultaneously. Huh. That's not a bad idea. We might try that, Dot, and see if it's good enough. We can't be on... Ooh, what if we played Amulet and Poison the Well? Is there a world where we can play Amulet and Poison the Well instead of playing the weapon or the item? I can't remember what it's called. Warhorn. Imperial Warhorn. Instead of playing Warhorn, should we be on something like that? I don't know. That's kind of interesting.
Lizard.
Could be interesting.
Lizard.
I've decided I'm going to start doing Lizard anytime I'm thinking. Oh, Josh with a big hydrate? Let's go, Josh with a big hydrate. We're like Snorehorn. Yo, easy, Steve. Easy. Easy, big fella. Looking for a specific hero. Verdance. Okay, we're not playing competitive Blitz. Classic Constructed. Looking for Verdance. Is Riches still $400? I think Riches is like $300, right? I don't think it's quite $400 anymore. Amulet stops it stops pieces of the combo, but not entirely. That's why Amulet is more of an Acilio piece than anything. It limits their damage ceiling for sure. Amulet of Echoes is bait against Verdance. Good Verdances won't be affected by this. I mean, that's fair. I actually agree with that, NQ, but it's an interesting idea that we could potentially slow Verdance down and also target Acilio, which is not a great matchup for Victor Boy. Riches does need a reprint, although it just came out 6 months ago, so like... I said, looking for Verdance. Did you listen to nothing? I'm just kidding. Kind of. I mean, Verdance. Comp Classic Constructed. Looking for Verdance. We would like to play Verdance tonight. I saw Warhorn mentioned. We are playing Warhorn and 2 copies of Remembrance to try and beat Verdance right now. They need to stop making those kind of fables. I like the playable ones. I don't play Verdance. Don't shout at me. Might not affect Verdance, but she will always have to play around it. So, like, there is, like, a weird way where she does have to play around it for sure. They can pop Striders to still play at instant speed. I guess that's true. They just use Striders in instead of later, like on the combo turn. I guess that's true. So, but you can't do it on the... I didn't even hear you come in. I just saw my door open and I was like, what the fuck?
I think we need something a little more festive.
Oh
To
my
trade
god.
your
It's the
water.
cups from it's the cups from the yes, thank you. Christmas Vacation. I do not want to play against Gravy Bones. Oh, is it a Terran cam? Hi Terran. Say hi to everybody, Terran. Here. Say hi to everybody, Terran. She's about to bite you. She's like, don't put me down. This is not a game. Oh. No, well, thank you. I love you. All right. Cat cam. That sounds weird. That's not what I meant. I love that everybody is equally as excited about the cat as I am. You guys have Terran emotes. There is Terran emotes. If you are on Discord or YouTube, there are Terran emotes. All right, I want to play against Verdance. Yeah, Terran's actually really cool. Most of the time, like, she doesn't really like to be picked up and stuff like that, but she will put up with our nonsense a lot more than most cats will. Like, a lot of cats will just, like, bite you, and she won't. Like, she's only ever, like, bit me, like, once or twice. It says to go second against Verdance? I don't think that's correct, right? All right. This is the first time I've actually got to, like, play this plan. So we are only on one test of Iron Grip. This is the only matchup that I cut, or I'm sorry, the only matchup I cut Test of Strengths. We're on one Test of Strength, and then we're on everything but Midas Touch. I'm curious to see how pummels feel. What did I not click on? Why am I a card short? -1 Midas Touch, -3 Trounce. Oh, it's -1 Test of Strength. We're on 2 Tests of Strengths. That's the problem. All right. And God said, let there be light. Drawing both Clash of Bravados is not great. Verdance, and we're going second. Should we go first here? What do you guys think? Should we go first in this matchup? How do you spell the cat's name? Oh, here we go. Here we go. That is how you spell her name, Terran. Just like that. I think we're going to keep both of the Clash of Bravados in our deck if we can. Oh, you're happy to play Verdance into me? Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Annabelle coming through in the clutch. I don't really want to throw 7 or 6. But we need to cycle through as many of these cards as possible. I feel like we just want to throw Hammer. Maybe we just want to throw 6. I don't know. I don't know. I don't like any of this. Wish we had something better to do. My one condition is you bring back Terran. Listen, Terran may not be happy. Terran may not be happy being on camera. We've tried having Terran on camera a couple times, and she does not like it. Terran's not a fan. Or up to me, we'd have Terran on camera all the time. I think I would have a lot more subs and followers if Terran was on camera all the time. Like, in fact, I'm almost wholeheartedly convinced of it. I think we're going to have to give up Clash of Bravado, right? It feels bad, but this Peck Perfect's just too good. Okay, well, it gives us something to Arsenal, at least. That's cool. I think if treats were involved, she would be fine. All right. Maybe we talk Carly into bringing Taryn back in here with some treats after this. Oh, we can give her kitty yogurt and put her on the desk. That might actually be pretty funny. Throw arcane at me. Oh, so they have updated to where like all like the Patreons have like all of the newer, cooler looking arts and stuff like that. So like we have the EA Arcane Lantern, like it's the EA Bark Skin, EA Verdance, like just cool stuff like that. They can decompose. Yeah. Can we wait till after this game? Can we wait till after this game and bring Taryn in here? We're just gonna throw the hammer. I would love a fun fact about our cat's name. Oh, the null runes are really cool. I kind of wish I had them low key on God for real, for real. That is not what I clicked at all. Carly, go ahead and give her the yogurt. Maybe we give her treats in a few minutes and she comes back in here. Blade Beckoner gauntlets. It might be like a cheaper alternative to the Stonewall gauntlet. Might be it. Read my mind. Yeah, I was like, this game's gonna take a while. Hopefully. Hopefully. Do 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 do. Let's put the golden sun on the bottom. We're just gonna try and keep our life up here. We will try to use hammer to try and like mill them out of cards and stuff like that. We'll probably try to play the Peck Perfect Pummel this turn if we can. So since her name is Taryn, that means in Polish your cat would be a battering ram. Yo, that is by far the coolest thing I've heard all day, Michael. That is awesome. Carly, did you hear that? Taryn's a battering ram in Poland. Taryn's a battering ram. Amazing. We're gonna have to block 6 and try to draw 2 cards. Actually, we're gonna do this and pray to God we hit a blue. And then we're gonna use Tunic. And we're gonna attack for 9. She does headbutt the shit out of us. That's true. She does headbutt us and barrel through doors. That does accurately describe Taryn. Now, AB6 is like where we're at. We are truly in the sauce right now. We are truly in the sauce right now. Playing what we are playing. We are teched to the 9s trying to beat Verdance. This is my first game playing against Verdance with the new plan. I'm hoping it works. Also, guys, I don't know like how much you all notice about like, like shorts and things that I post and stuff like that. But if you guys have been enjoying the if you guys have been enjoying the Arc Raider shorts, let me know. Like I don't branch out from Fab very often anymore. With like shorts and like videos and things like that. But if you guys are enjoying the variety of the content and like me posting like funny moments from stuff like that, let me know. Like I like having that kind of feedback. Or if you think it's dumb, that's also okay. Um. So they're gonna push through some damage like this. I enjoy the shorts. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate that. Also, guys, if you don't enjoy the shorts, that's okay. Feedback too. You guys can always share that with me as well. Right now, now that you have seen they won't block Peck Perfect, you should never do another one. You don't want her to drop too low, so you lose AB6. You are attacking her deck and not her health, preferably 100% InQ. The first one is a like a litmus test to see how they feel about that. 110%. Like in this right here, I want her to gain life. I want them to come back up in life so that I have the ability to try and get Skullcap turned on here. Oh, this is a hand of all time. That is a hand of all time right there if I've ever seen one. I kind of wish we had a different card that wasn't Boulder Drop. All right. We're going to try and get Warhorn into play. Jam with some honey? Yo, PP and J? I like where you're at, Dave. Corn and jam? Yo, I can definitely tell you guys are brothers. Yeah, I have Skullcap and AB3, and since I'm lower, I only have AB3. Yep, Nicholas makes a very good point. We don't want to do too much. What did they shuffle batch in? They put light up the leaves in the bottom of their deck? Okay, so they're trying to cycle arcane damage. Okay. I mean, that's fine with me. Our single turn, like our sole turn, is just going to be to put Imperial Warhorn into play. I know that they know we have the right behind you, but I would rather block with it and keep the Macho in our deck. So I'm just going to put the Warhorn into play and pass. And if they start doing item things, we'll have to get rid of our gold, but it is what it is. Am I crazy for thinking they are going to unban some wild stuff for the BNR? Dot, I don't think you're crazy at all. I think the BNR is going to be wild. I think the BNR is going to be wild. Bonds are back might be a little crazy. Bonds are back might be a little crazy. I don't think we're going to go that crazy, Michael. But I think Taylor did mention that, or somebody mentioned that in the podcast this week. Taylor mentioned them bringing back Winter's Well. God, I hope he's right. I have never wanted that man to be so right about something in my life. All right. So now we are below them, which means we now have AB6. They might not be on potions at all. Bond's back with the new Armory Slippery deck. That's pretty toxic. All I need is for LSS to errata Fearless Confrontation so it can't work on allies. That would be a very good change, Toppet. That would be a very good change. Okay. Well, nobody has an aura. Put another target aura. I think we're just going to throw the Boulder Drop and Arsenal the CNC. Or maybe I'm just going to overpitch to swing Hammer here. Like maybe the Hammer is just the way to go at all times in this matchup. You can play and block the reds to increase the blue count of your deck. Warhorn on the board means it's out of the deck. Very true, NQ. Very Q. Why is Fitz the Max not a Victor spec? LSS, what an L? Nah, I think it makes sense that like Fix the Match can be played in Fix the Match can be played in, like, it would be really weird if it couldn't be played in the new set, right? Like, I think that would be a very weird decision. And so they took the damage there so that this can do extra, which is terrifying. So this is for 9. We're just going to use Tunic. They might be potless, to be honest. They honestly might be. Which is kind of crazy. It's been 11 turns. Can we get rid of this now to get this off the board? I think we're going to Horn to blow up the tree. I also am potless. Yeah, no, it was a very smart play by them. I think we're going to blow this up pitching Test of Strength. Actually, no, that's wrong. I don't want to pitch Test of Strength. I want to pitch this. If they are baiting us out here, oh, I get to choose any number of heroes? That's actually insane. So we're going to target them. And then we're just going to pass. I'm hoping to get value out of our Test of Strength here. I mean, if there were baiting it out, that's actually like 2040. I mean, that is like 2040 level plays right there. Okay, we have Clash of Bravados in the deck. We're just going to come in for 7. All right, so they have played 2 Burn Bears and 1 Light Up the Leaves. Okay. I don't think they can ever bring Bonds back. Yeah, there's no chance they bring back Bonds. There's no chance they bring back Bonds. Now that we put 2 blues on the bottom, if they attack us, we will pitch the Test of Strength. I'm okay with that here. Do we need an extra card here? I think I'm just okay with this. I don't want Bonds flicked at me. I mean, I just want to clear out my arsenal here. Knowing we have a whiff on the top of the deck, I'm not interested in keeping it. I have not watched Has Been Hotel yet. Gavin, did you see your short? And when I say your short, dog, I mean your short. Did you see it? Came out today. Okay, they're just going to block 7. 6-7. There was a moment at the event that I was at this past weekend where there was like multiple of us just like saying 6-7 back and forth. It was pretty funny. It was pretty funny. Joey, I can't help it. It's ingrained in me. Like saying YOLO back in the day, you know? Like it just takes over. It just takes over. Also, I completely missed that somebody subbed. Josh, thank you so much for the sub over on YouTube, man. I appreciate you being here and hanging out. Guys, if you are here for the first time and you are new to the channel, we got 3 questions we ask everybody when they're new, and they are, what's your name? What got you into Flesh and Blood? And what are your favorite hot dog toppings? Tell me about yourselves. I would love to get to know more about y'all while we're hanging out. Can you feel that, baby? Yes, AB6, son. Isn't it cringe at our age? Yeah, that's exactly why I do it. It's incredibly cringe. That's why I do it. I do it for you because I care. And because it makes a lot of people in the chat incredibly uncomfortable. A 15-year-old kid was at the Five Nights at Freddy's 2 movie yesterday. I wonder if that was good. I know Michael was very excited about seeing it. Yeah, no, I'm very glad. I'm very glad that that worked out. Do we want to Clash or Bravado this? Or do I just want to block 9 and then pitch the Clash of Bravado? Actually, we should take 2 here, right? We should block with Skullcap here. AB6 rocks. Yo, what's up, Sigma? We are on some nonsense tonight. We are on the sauce. Hammer, let's get cards out of your deck, please. Hope Scour is banned. The voice in Zach's head be like, yes, good, good. Let the cringe take over. So there's like there's a fine line there, right? Where it's like, we have to be careful with how cringe we are, right? Like we have to be careful with how cringe we are. You know, too much cringe is not good. Too much cringe is not good. But there's like just enough cringe that it's funny. What are the odds we're just going to pummel the CNC here? I think taking 1 here to Arsenal to pummel is fine. Plus, I'm pretty sure it's a blue. I wonder if there's a world where I just want to Remembrance blues back into my deck right here. Why does Scour make you really sad? I'm not saying that's incorrect. I'm just curious. We're going to put the Remembrance on the bottom. We're going to block 9. I guess we'll just put this on the bottom. I don't know. I'm guessing they play Fang. That would make sense. Fang players spotted. That pummel art is really pretty. I would buy them if they weren't like $100 a piece. They're ridiculous. Sounds like Scours may make me really sad if we're not careful. Not seen any yet. They currently have 26 cards and we have 24 in our deck. There's a Scour. Makes me really sad to block like this. I love my pink pummels. Yo, pink pummels are like OG, dude. That's like a real throwback right there. All right, so there's two Scours together, and they are the 20th and 21st cards in their deck right now. So there's 2 cards in a pitch stack, and they're both pummels. I'm sorry, they're both Scours. They're willing to take 4 to push through arcane damage. Lots of arcane damage, apparently. We might as well use this. No Waning Moon here. Okay. You can ban Scour, but you cannot ban out Gravy. I mean, I'd be pretty happy if they decided to get rid of Gravy. But I know that's a personal decision not everybody agrees with. The non-games Gravy can't even be compared to the non-games Scour's cause versus Fang and Vincent. I feel like I feel like I've missed a whole argument here, so I'm just gonna stay out of it and let you guys argue. Ban Chum? Yeah, ban Chum. I love that idea. I love it. Ban Chum. I'm here for it. Ooh, this was the hand we wanted to put on the bottom. If they have another one here, it's going to be a lot of damage they're going to push through, which is pretty scary. Oh, shit. This is scary. We're not in a good spot here. So this is 8. Okay. Oh, and they're going to cycle channel? Okay. Interesting. I can't play Terra Sunder in its place because I don't think that's a good sideboard substitution. We can consider playing more Clash cards. We can consider playing more Clash cards, but I can't just play blue Terra Sunder in my sideboard over something like Pummel. We have Pummel in way too many matchups, but we can consider sideboarding differently. They're on a very interesting plan here. Like, this is clearly a very, very good Verdance player. I think when you pair that with my lack of knowledge in this matchup, it makes it very interesting. They're going to put Ring of Roses on the bottom of their deck. I dropped Pummel personally. I'm intrigued by that. What would you play? Like, I mean, if you cut Pummel, I guess you could cut if you cut Pummel, you could cut Tunic, I guess. It's an interesting thought. It's a very interesting thought. We're now matched with them on cards. I get the urge to trying to play an Alpha Rampage in my armory. You just want to pummel an Alpha Rampage? That does sound like fun. Oh, sorry, opponent. I'm going to use Tunic. And then we're going to block 5 like this. And now I will swing the hammer. Are we still arguing in YouTube chat? NQ, you said I saw your list. Where did I see your list? And I apologize. I have no doubt that you are correct. I'm just not remembering where I saw it at. And do you care to share with me? Ah, yes. YouTube chat arguing and Twitch chat not is interesting dynamic. Pretty different from like most games, I would say. Not very different. I feel like most, I don't know. I guess I wouldn't say that it's like a heated argument we're having over here in Twitch chat or YouTube chat. I would just say that it's more of like a, like we're bantering. I'm gonna target myself. Oh, winning a might off of a thunk is pretty cool. Twitch is being behaved. It's great. It's in your Discord? Okay. I'll have to go back and look at it because I don't know. Cutting pummels just seems so wrong to me. Like, I'm not saying it is just wrong, but it feels wrong. I think now I'm content with just playing the Remembrance at this point. So we're going to play Remembrance first. I do have attachment issues with Pummel. I will agree with you there. I have attachment issues with Pummel. I do not run from that. I love Pummel. It's one of my favorite cards ever. I guess just like a macho. We just want blues, right? Make a gold, draw some cards here. There's one more felling, if I'm not mistaken. No, there's no more fellings. There's a cadaverous telling, a red fighting spirit, and they have a light up the leaves in their hand. We're just going to keep going at it here. Yo, listen, I'm not saying y'all are the weak sauce. Oh, I shouldn't have done this. They probably have the tree. Getting that's good, though. I probably shouldn't have attacked on this turn, knowing they have the light up the leaves here. That was probably incorrect. But I am saying YouTube chat is just like yelling at each other, you know? Still wild to me that all generic Tunic CNC Pummel is often the best thing any deck can do on any given turn cycle. Donnie, that is a really interesting thing to think about because CNC Pummel is one of the most broken things you can do in the game. I agree. That's true. +1 might is not good for AB6. We should be blocking with it. I agree. I'm holding out hope that this pummel will let us close the game out. It's a civilized conversation with a right side and a wrong side. I've been told that if the best thing your deck can do is CNC pummel, you're playing a bad deck. And I'm not saying you're wrong, but you didn't have to say it, you know? You didn't have to say it. I'm just messing with you, Heartless. Oh. Annabelle, that's the wrong kind of right. You're always hitting me with this nonsense. So, is there a world where we just play Remembrance and pass? We are now up on cards. Swinging Hammer probably was wrong. Probably was wrong. Like, I think we're just supposed to Remembrance back some more blues here and then pass. Like, we have a Golden Sun left in our deck. There are 0 blues that matter over here. Like, we just want big blue cards. It's looking like Cranial Crush and 2 disables. I guess I'll take a Thunderquake because it attacks for 8. Actually, I'll take 2 Thunderquakes over a disable. They're just... There's no, like, Macho Grandes or anything. Technically, the Headbutt, nah. And then we're just going to pass. I'm not sure what you mean, Monster. Is there a turn that you can specifically reference? Well, putting 3 blues back into the deck and then drawing a yellow and a red is pretty unfortunate. I really hope that doesn't cost us the game. I don't understand what 40% of American children not being able to read has to do with anything. So we are going to AB4. All right. So the ring is fine. We're just dead to like them having a spell here. Wow. No spell keeps us alive. Unless I'm blind, the last couple of turns you've pitched a blue to only block 2 instead of 3. I've pitched a blue to only block 2 instead of 3. I'm not sure. Like, if you're talking about on the waning moon, it's probably because I had extra blues in my hand. Or maybe I'm just a schmuck and like I had a yellow in my hand and I was just pitching incorrectly. That is very, very possible. We're just going to block 8. And then that way... I mean, I guess if they throw 9 at us, we're still dead. Is there a Light Up the Leaves left in their deck? I don't think there is, right? Is there not a Light Up the Leaves over here? Oh, shit. We're just dead. Right? Because there's only 2 over here. And there's a Burn Bear? Yeah, I think we're dead. How are we staying alive through this? I do not understand. It's got to be in this hand then, right? Or something? The pummel looks funny because it's the promo pummel. I don't think we can play this, right? Like, I think we're just forced to pass here. Or Poison the Wells are just blues here. I don't think we were supposed to swing hammer last turn. Okay. Yeah, I mean, unless I'm missing it, they have a light up the leaves somewhere and a burn bear. I mean, this is the only thing protecting us. Like, 2 blues is the only thing protecting us from dying to... Protecting us from dying to just instant speed stuff. There's not one in here, I'm pretty sure. All right, so there's no burn bear. But there is one light up the leaves left. Like, I'm pretty sure there's still just, like, unless I'm... No, they just put a light up the leaves in the bottom of their deck. So now they have 2 light up the leaves they can hit us with and kill us. Oh, no. It's on the bottom? It was 5 cards. It went to the bottom. They put 2 on the bottom to go up to 7. So this is light up the leaves? Am I understanding this correctly? If this is light up the leaves, this pummel might actually win us the game. I could be counting horribly wrong. I don't know. Never claimed to be the master counter. Clearly, I lose too often to be the master counter. I mean, I guess there's a emeritus scolding. Your counting is fabulous. Yo, thank you, Fundamentals. I appreciate that. I honestly don't know if it's on top, but I think if I counted correctly, I think it is. Okay. So hitting that might be able to get us there. Yeah, the beginning of the stream we talked about the dev talk. There's no emeritus scoldings, there's no burn bears, and there's no light up the leaves left in their deck. And there are 0 copies of Everbloom in Life left in their deck. I did just have to reclash against a wizard. Yes, Josh. My nonsense luck continues. So Scour, Evergreen. Hang on, we've got to count. Arcane Twinning. There's a Scour that they can draw into. Scour says that hero. I don't think there's an arcane way for us to die anymore. I think it's literally just evergreens and scours. So I'm pretty sure if we block here, draw 2 cards, and just throw hammer, we're going to win, right? We will leave this on top. I think this is the way. Listen, I've lost clashes to almost every hero at this point. I think I have lost clashes to almost every like non-winnable hero. We're gonna arsenal this E-Strike because I think Plow Unders are still in their deck. Like I think they've got. Am I crazy? No, they have 2 Plow Unders in their hand right now, or one of them's an arsenal or something. I'm sorry. Did we not just see all of them? Did I not just count all of them? There was just 2 of them over here, and we destroyed the 3rd one. I didn't look after that. We saw 2 over here, and we knew there was one that we destroyed. I do not understand where that came from. No, Everbloom in Life was gone. I am like 99% sure that there was 2 in the bin, none in banish, and we banished and we hit one off the hammer. Wow. Okay. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of thought we had that game locked up there for a minute. Okay. I thought we had that one won because I thought they had 0 light up the leaves left. I don't know what happened there. I even made a point to look and see that there were 2 and then we destroyed one. Because when we hit that one, we said this is their one left. Oh, okay. I mean, let's think about this for a minute. There's never a world we're winning this game regardless, right? Because if their last card, like if their card in their arsenal is light up the leaves, it doesn't matter. We're at 3, and we have to have 2 blues in hand to ever be able to beat light up the leaves. So there was never a world we were winning that game when they had light up the leaves. Yeah. Okay. Miscounted light ups left in deck. Thought Grindstone got the last one. There was one more left. Was never going to win this game with 1 light up left in deck. Okay. So actually, you know what? Let's think about this for a minute. Let's think about this for a second. If they have the one in arsenal, like if I had counted correctly, and we are like counting stat correctly and I'm doing all the things right. And we know that the last card in their arsenal is a Light Up the Leaves. We have to hold 2 blues the rest of the game. And it doesn't matter what they do. From there, it does not matter. They can actually no longer win the game, right? No, I guess that's not true either. Hang on. So they attack for 7. No, I'm accounting for Waning Moon, Annabelle. So they can't cycle Evergreen. But what they do is they attack with red Evergreen. And their last card, their last 2 cards, or I'm sorry, they have a blue and 2 yellows. They have a blue Evergreen and 2 Plow Unders in their hand. That's like what's left in their deck. So from there, they pitch the blue or 2 yellows, whatever, to attack me with Evergreen. If I block 3 cards, I have 1 blue in hand, means I'm dead to the Light Up the Leaves. Because they have 9 arcane, I can block 4, I'm dead. If I take 1 and go to 2, and I keep 2 blues in hand, then Light Up the Leaves is for 9, and I can block 7, which means I take 2 and die. So they still had lethal. So the turn where I attacked with the hammer off of the thunk token, or off the might from the thunk, is what cost me the game. I was actually in a position where I was going to be able to... Yeah, I had them in a position where I was going to be able to just wait them out. Like, I was just going to be able to wait, pitch blues, stay below them, and then just start swinging the hammer, because they would have had to have sat on the tree forever and not had the turn set up the way they wanted it to. And eventually hammer would have just ran them out of cards. So me attacking them on the might token turn actually killed me. Yeah, I played that. Considering that was the first time I played with Skullcap or with Ledger or with Warhorn, I don't feel that bad about it, but there was a lot of things to take and improve on from there. Yeah. Sharp, well played, brother. You played that game very well. No, Annabelle, when you're saying I'm at 3, I had 2 blues and Tunic. 2 blues was fine. I was lower life than them, and I had 2 blues. And I had Tunic available to me. Like, Tunic had been sitting there for multiple turns. I was never going to use it. That was the idea behind going to 3. Is that with 2 blues in hand and Tunic, they can never kill me with Light Up the Leaves at instant speed. And that was why the hammer hit was so important to get the last one out of the deck, or what I thought was the last one out of the deck. Okay. So in that matchup, we brought in 2 pummels over some clash cards. We're going to cut pummels. We're going to play the 3rd Test of Strength, and we're going to play Test of Iron Grip. Or should we play